Jacqueline Sanchez, daughter of National Education Association Las Cruces president Patrick Sanchez, is a senior at Mayfield High in Las Cruces. She says all the different tests that they have to do have become a source of despair among her classmates.
I've seen kids cry before they take tests. They take these tests. Pray. It's ridiculous. We look like we're being sent to our deaths before we take these tests. Yeah.
Sanchez says preparing for tests dominates the time in the classroom.
My teachers are always stressed, and they're always teaching to these standards, these big standards that are written up on the wall. And we can never delineate from that. Like, we can never just have a conversation about an interesting thing that came up in the reading.
An anonymous survey produced by the NEA, the National Education Association, found only 7% of Las Cruces public school teachers believed state-mandated assessments improved the quality of student work. In fact, the NEA states student achievement is actually being reduced as tests crowd out time for meaningful learning.
I mean, I took like 13 of these tests last year, which is excessive, I believe. And then they're just making these tests so high stakes, you know? They're telling us we're not going to graduate if we don't pass them.
NEA board member and Mayfield High School academic counsellor Bruce Hartman says he's seen even A and B grade students crack under the pressure and completely bomb on tests. He says testing shouldn't be the only way student performance is being measured.
They just, are not good test takers and don't do well. I mean, and even a lot of students, get accepted in college or accepted in a junior college, but they need to pass these tests to graduate from high school, and they're not going to graduate from high school, but they've been accepted in college.
Deming Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Dan Lear acknowledges the student anxiety and absenteeism associated with standardized testing, but he says in a lot of cases that the pressure is actually coming from the teachers. 50% of their evaluations are based on how well their students perform on standardized tests.
Elementary kids would literally tell their parents, I think my teacher's going to get fired if I don't do well on this test. And you talk about anxiety, okay, so that's huge, all right? I mean, you got a third grader who feels like he's responsible for his teacher's employment.
Lear says there's still room for teachers to make their lessons more than just test preparation, but he acknowledges the state mandate that 50% of teachers' evaluation be based on standardized tests could have been implemented more effectively.
I understand the need for accountability, but it's got to be individualized to the student, to the school, and to the district if it's really going to measure what's really going on.
Lear says New Mexico's standardized testing has been heavily focused on holding teachers accountable. He hopes as the system develops, the focus of testing can shift to improving problem areas and gaps in the curriculum. But students like Sanchez say they feel like an experiment in the testing system. Sanchez is concerned about the long-term effect it will have on her educational development.
So I can't learn what I'm going to need in college, I'm stuck learning stuff that is gonna, make me pass this test.
Students can opt out of testing, but not in the final years of school when passing standardized tests becomes a graduation requirement. For KRWG, I'm Simon Thompson.